Hey Rev City family, have you ever received that unfortunate news that for the flight you booked for that long awaited and needed vacation, you have been placed in the seat that no one desires, the middle seat. The middle seat is oftentimes not comfortable or convenient, whether on a flight or a long car ride. But what if I said the middle is what you were made for in God's economy and in your life of faith? Because oftentimes the things we deem or the world deems as not comfortable or convenient are the exact things God will call us to, because His kingdom is an upside down kingdom. Now, why are we made for the middle? Well, the middle requires us to have full dependency, dedication, and devotion to Jesus. We see this to be true in Mark chapter 6, where the disciples are instructed by Jesus to get in a boat to cross a lake and meet Jesus on the other side. But something happens in the middle of the lake, and that is where we pick up the story, starting in verse 47. Later that night, the boat was in the middle of the lake, and he was alone on land, speaking of Jesus. He saw the disciples straining at the oars because the wind was against them. Shortly before dawn, he went out to them walking on the lake. He was about to pass them by, but when they saw him walking on the lake, they thought he was a ghost. They cried out because they all saw him and were terrified. Immediately, he spoke to them and said, "Take courage, it is I. Do not be afraid." Look, family, we are all in the middle of something. For some of us, we're in the middle of something new in this season. For others, we're in the middle of something hard. You may be in the middle of a change or maybe a blessing. Whatever it is, we all are in the middle. But for whatever you are in the middle of right now, and if you feel like the disciples and you're trying to move forward or take the next step, or make it through the middle, but you're finding yourself stuck and straining, I want to encourage you to change your mindset in the middle, from straining to stepping. Because in the same story chronologically, in Matthew 14, we have this same moment with the disciples in the middle of the lake, except we don't see straining and the Savior stepping in. We see straining and Peter stepping towards the Savior. "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." Then we'll see God speak. In verse 29, Jesus says, "Come." Now we'll see Peter make that mindset shift from straining to stepping. Because later in verse 29, it then says, "Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus." So in this season, and whatever you may be in the middle of right now, keep your sights set on the Savior and keep stepping towards Him each and every day by seeking Him and then waiting for God to speak to you while you're in the middle. Then take courage and make that step wherever God has called you to. Because no matter what you are in the middle of or what the middle may look like for you today, be encouraged that the place where Jesus meets you, it happens in the middle.